All right, everyone, welcome. And Ananya will kick us off with the forum.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and namaste. It's with immense pleasure that I, along with my co-president Koul, our incoming next president Orestes, and all the associates and members of ABC welcome you all to the first Wharton Undergraduate Agribusiness Conference, Trailblazers in Agribusiness. My name is Ananya Shandile, and I'm a co-president of the Agribusiness Club who's organizing this conference. I'm a senior at Wharton studying finance and statistics and will be joining JP Morgan Chase after graduation. I'm from India, where I am currently right now, and I'm super excited for the conference. But before we begin, I really want to thank you all for joining us, and I promise that the next 4 hours are gonna be super fun and would be really, really rewarding for you all, because we will make sure that they are. So let's begin the conference with Koul introducing us to our club and the world of agribusiness.
Thanks, Ananya. My name is Cole Hancock. I'm a senior in the Huntsman program at Penn, so I'm getting a Bachelor of Science and Economics from the Wharton School, as well as a Bachelor of Arts and International Studies from the College of Arts and Sciences. I have a German minor, and I will be working for Warburg Pincus in San Francisco doing tech investments post-graduation. And I'm currently calling from Philadelphia, although home for me is Colorado. Before we jump into programming, we just wanted to take a moment and share a little bit about the background of the club, which I'm sure our next ABC member panel will do a much better job of than either I or Ananya could do. But we also want to say why we're striving to bring the world of agribusiness to Wharton and Wharton to the world of agribusiness. So all of our audience members know agribusiness and agriculture is the basis of any society and economy. Agribusiness literally employs billions of people around the world and spans so many different areas of business, from finance to engineering to marketing and so much more. But until Ananya and I started this club, there was really no undergraduate means of connecting students to agribusiness and agribusiness companies and nonprofits to students. We created this club to fill that gap and help bring the world of agribusiness to Wharton and Wharton to the world of agribusiness. And I should note too, although we are the Wharton Undergrad Agribusiness Club, we also have many students who are within the College of Arts and Sciences, the Penn School of Engineering, Nursing, as well as the Wharton School. So it's a quite diverse crowd that we have here today. So how do we bring the world of agribusiness to Wharton? Well, we do this by hosting amazing speaking events like this one that you all are here at and you're all participating in, as well as working with select companies to take on low cost or even pro bono consulting and research projects. And this is a great, fantastic, not to mention cheap way for our students to get real world project experience with different companies and different organizations. And it's a great way for us to have a really good work product that we're able to provide for those companies and for those nonprofits in certain cases. The other way that we always are interested in helping our students is connecting them with job and internship opportunities. And again, it's a great way to expose students to a new opportunity in agribusiness they might not have had before. And we're always looking to help connect with other companies that are interested in working with us. So definitely keep that in mind and feel free to follow up with us afterwards and we'll give more information on how we can connect after the conference. But that's enough from me. I'm sure you all want to hear from more of our different students. And so I'm going to turn it over to one of our awesome members, Rona, to help lead our student panel. And they will all talk about their experience within the Agribusiness Club before we kick off the speaker series. So Rona, I'm turning it over to you.
Oh, my bad. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first annual Wharton Undergraduate Agribusiness Forum. Very nice to meet you. My name is Rona. I'm a freshman in the Huntsman program in International Studies and Business. So I'm studying international studies at the College of Arts and Sciences and Economics at Wharton. And yeah, I'll introduce our panelists today. Marielle Kang, Michael Goerlitz, Farah Abdelrahim, and Shyan Koul. Go ahead, guys, if you would like to introduce yourselves.
I can go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Farah Abdelrahim, and I'm currently a senior in the Huntsman program. So similar to Cole, I'm doing a Bachelor of Science in Economics from Wharton with concentrations in Finance and Management, as well as a Bachelor of Arts in International Studies from the college with a French minor on my end. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much it about me. I'm actually going on to work in investment banking at home in Egypt, which is where I'm from after graduation, and I'm currently in Philadelphia for this conference.
Marielle, you can go next.
Oh, sure. Hi, my name is Marielle Kang. I am a freshman in the School of Arts and Sciences studying environmental studies with a concentration in sustainability and environmental management.
Hi, my name is Shyan Koul. I'm a sophomore at Penn, studying international studies, statistics, and operations information and decisions. I'm originally from Boston, but right now I'm in Philadelphia.
Hi, I apologize for not having my camera on. My camera's kind of acting up right now, but my name is Michael. I'm a sophomore from Northeast Pennsylvania, and I'm in the college studying history.
Great. So, at the Wharton Undergraduate AgriBusiness Club, we have a wide variety of interests ranging from the research and science side to the more businessy and sustainability side. I personally am more interested in policy, ag policy, as well as sustainability. I believe sustainability is something really essential for all businesses today, and I feel it's definitely necessary for anyone who's wanting to become a business leader to learn about agribusiness and kind of the background of how your food gets to the table. I'll pass it on to Marielle.
Yeah, sure. I guess in the realm of agribusiness, I'm really interested in sustainability. So aside from being a part of the Wharton AgriBusiness Club, I'm also a member of the Penn Sustainability Consulting Club and a fellow with the Penn Water Center. I think it's just really important that people know about where their food is coming from. A lot goes into it regarding technology, like sustainability, obviously, and the like. And so I think it's important that we know about where this basic necessity is coming from.
Go ahead, Farah.
The reason I've been interested in agribusiness, I think probably be a different route. A part of my family are farmers back home. And so to me, it's always been super interesting, the, I guess, dichotomy in how they farm in areas such as Egypt with, I guess, really arable land versus areas such as the US, where you have much larger areas that are farmed under corporations rather than like mostly independent farmers. So to me, that's been a really interesting, I think, point of starting why I kind of became engaged with the Agribusiness Club. And then going forward, I'm really interested in cooking and sourcing ingredients and really putting together different things. And so to me, that's been another aspect of agribusiness, which I found super interesting to combine with the business side. And so looking at how you can make new things with what you get from agriculture versus at the same time looking at kind of the business side and the numbers and the financials and why this system is more efficient than another. And so to me, combining those two and the agribusiness has really allowed me to explore a lot more about the industry than I expected in the first place. And it's been a great time with the club.
We can continue with Shyan.
Yeah, so I initially became interested in agriculture, I'd say in high school, when we had to write a lot of research papers for this like econ class that I was taking, as well as a lot of different history classes. And I found myself gravitating when we were having these discussions about, history or like politics or anything along those lines, understanding like how agricultural production was leveraged in development, because a lot of the development that I was looking at in developing economies was like focused on XYZ issues, but not really leveraging the agricultural bases that they already had. So I started looking into that a lot. And so I was interested in agriculture mainly from a academic lens at the beginning, but then since coming to Wharton, kind of developing those like business fundamentals, it's been interesting to look at agriculture from a new space and kind of seeing the ways that it's been developing in the modern era. I think a lot of times we think of agriculture as a very like static and stagnant industry, which is why I'm so excited that we're having this theme of like trailblazers in agribusiness and looking at the exciting ways that we're moving forward. So now more recently I've seen like a lot of cool things, and I'm really interested in like agri-tech and data integration within agricultural systems and agricultural supply chains. And more things that are just pushing the boundaries of what we consider to be agribusiness.
You can go ahead.
I can
Michael.
go ahead. Yeah, I can go ahead. So I'm mainly interested in issues such as policy, sustainability, water and air quality, livestock, etc. So in high school, I used to work So I'm from a pretty rural area. I have a lot of friends who lived in farms or were involved in the agriculture business. I myself worked in a dairy farm. I have a relative who worked at a major agricultural manufacturing plant. I was in high school. I did this a sort of environmental / agricultural competition and events in my area, and so I guess I was kind of close to it, albeit more informally. And I guess I joined this club because I wanted to explore the world of agribusiness and how it affects. I mean, it's a very important industry, and as the world population grows, it becomes more and more necessary. And so, yeah, and I'm really happy that I'm really excited that Wharton has contributed to that, and this club has decided to extend into this industry. And yeah.
Great, thank you. I mean, it's really interesting to hear your stories because I don't really have much of a background in agribusiness. I kind of just graduated from high school, came here, and first month of classes, no idea what club I'm going to join, no idea what my interests are, and so I said, why not explore? And I was very lucky to find a club like the Agribusiness Club that was relatively small, kind of really like a close-knit family that was really oriented towards agribusiness, passionate about agribusiness. And I ended up really exploring agribusiness during my time in the club. I always knew I wanted to do something related to the UN or something international, relations type thing. And so I was able to see that agribusiness is actually really, related to these topics in regards to sustainability and agriculture in developing countries especially. And so I ended up realizing that these are some of my interests today, and I hope to continue, following these interests in the club in the future. So next, I came into this club really as a freshman, kind of not really having any idea what I wanted to do, but I was able to find my interest at the Wharton Undergraduate AgriBusiness Club. So currently, I'm actually a research associate and outreach associate at the club, which basically entails, we write articles for the club. We've been mainly focusing on, projects that kind of grow the influence of the club, including this forum, for example. And so I'd like to invite all our panelists to maybe talk about their experiences with the club, what they've done, what they've enjoyed, and what they look forward to in the future. You can go ahead, Farah.
So I actually joined the club since our founding as the Director of Finance. I'm currently Director of Finance. And honestly, my favorite part has been the journey. So I'm obviously doing more of the behind the scenes, back end part of putting together budgets, funding, corporate sponsorships, etc. But it's been really interesting kind of going from 2 co-presidents and a small board to a really large club with our associates in each of our different branches, with the clients we've been working with for our consulting research projects. So I think to me, the transformation of agribusiness from where it was, I'd say almost a year ago up to today, has been honestly my favorite part. And it's great to see something we're so passionate about be growing up to the point where we have our first annual forum, Trailblazers in Agribusiness. So it's just been really great to see how it's built, not only in terms of the club, but also the community we've founded. So that's definitely been my favorite part of agribusiness.
Yeah, I definitely echo what Farah was saying about the journey. I also joined last spring when we had just started as Deputy Director of Research. And it's been really cool because especially we started the club, or the club was started, and then we immediately got hit with COVID and everyone went home, and we're tasked with how do we build this community and build this culture of appreciating agribusiness and wanting to learn while virtual. And the journey has been great. But beyond that, just to talk a little bit about the research branch, it's been really cool from my perspective, like a personal journey of learning a lot of different things. One thing that I really like that we've done so far is we made this 2-pager document for anybody who's trying to get involved with agribusiness or just learn about a general scope of what's happening in the world right now. And that's, I think, something really cool, something accessible. Maybe in the future we'll make like a 40-pager or something, have our own paper in that sense. And then something that I'm really looking forward to this upcoming semester is developing like a spot on our webpage for anything at Penn or Wharton or just beyond, resources for people to get involved with. Right now, there isn't like a page that exists. It's a small thing, a page that exists where you can see all the different classes, all the different research opportunities, internships to get involved with. So excited to compile that and make it accessible for more people.
Well, if you're writing a 40-page, I hope I'm not writing that, but go ahead, Marielle.
Yeah, no, Farah and Shyan had been talking about like the building of a community. I had gotten to join the agribusiness club when I had joined the Penn community back in the fall. So I joined while we were online. And I think for me, it's been really great being around people who are very passionate about this same interest in food. I was interested in the food industry, but as I had kind of mentioned a little bit previously, in high school, I was kind of seeing it from a very, I guess, like sustainability, environmental point of view. And so when I got to come here, I had the opportunity to hear from people who were interested in it for different reasons, whether that, like for me, like recently, I've been learning a little bit more about the tech aspects of it. And I think overall, it has just allowed me to learn more about the industry, but also like, I guess, think about what I want to do, because I am a freshman. I came in like a little bit uncertain about what I want to do, but I think the agribusiness club has kind of helped me orient what I want to do, what I want to study. And yeah, I'll pass it on to Michael.
Yeah, so I just joined this past semester, and so it's a bit different, of course, on being online. But one thing that I've been working on is I was through this club, I was able to connect with the CEO and global director of this like food tech startup, and I was able to speak with one of them like this past week, and we had a great discussion regarding the mission of the company and like the mission of our club, and as well as like what they're planning to do in the upcoming year. So it basically is a startup regarding meat production, alternative ways to produce meat, and it was a very interesting, very fascinating conversation. Discussed a lot of issues regarding our business and just the way things are going and the future. And I definitely wouldn't have been able to, I guess, speak with anyone in the industry if it wasn't for this club, or just having like, reaching out, be like, hey, I'm in this club. I'd love to speak with you, and I'd love to maybe work with you in the future, and hopefully I'll be able to speak with this organization more. And I guess I can thank agribusiness for giving me this opportunity to reach out.
Great, yeah. Everyone at the Agribusiness Club is really passionate and excited about agribusiness. And I have to say, honestly, throughout this crazy past year online, in online college, the Agribusiness Club has been basically the most interactive, engaging club I've been in so far. This is to all you Penn students in the audience. You guys got up your game. So lastly, I'd like to ask our panelists, what are you most looking forward to, very briefly, about this conference or this forum? And yeah, you guys can go ahead.
I can start. And maybe it's just because I'm like jumping out of my seat already excited about this whole thing, geeking about agriculture. But yeah, I think one thing I'm excited for is that whenever I talk to my friends and I like about like agriculture, agribusiness, they kind of like make fun of me because it's such it's a niche. And so I guess there are two things within that. One is showing to them, or like knowing for myself, the cool and incredible ways that, the people who are leading this industry are trying to push it in new ways. This theme, Trailblazers in Agribusiness, I'm so excited for it, to see where like the ideas are, what people have done in the past and what they're planning for the future. And the second is just to be surrounded by a community of people who can similarly geek out about the same stuff. I'm excited to hear from a lot of different people and hear what they like about the world.
I'm going to second what Shyan was saying and say that I'm really excited to hear from leaders in the industry. I think that it's one thing to do research on and like bond with the people around you who are interested in the industry, and another to hear from people who have kind of made it to the other side. So
I can quickly follow up on that. I think for me, besides what they were both saying, I think it'll be really interesting to learn about parts that I haven't necessarily looked into, because being on the finance branch, obviously you don't do as much research or consulting projects and don't really dive deep into it. So I think that's probably one aspect I'm really looking forward to. And the next is just honestly connecting with everyone who has such a passion for agribusiness and just kind of connecting on that level, then as well as learning about it. So yeah, I'm really excited for the conference.
Yeah, just what everyone else has said. I'm really interested to hear from leaders, to learn more about things about sectors of the business that I don't already know about, and as well as just to get people and over the overall Penn community more excited about the business industry. Honestly, coming to Penn, I didn't really think about agribusiness or anything sort of like it. It's not exactly as glamorous as like tech or like media, anything of the sort. But honestly, I personally think it's better fit for me, and honestly way more interesting in my opinion. But I think it's nice to see that more people at the school are becoming more interested in it, and it's actually getting the attention it deserves.
Great. Yeah, I'm especially excited about the our panel on agribusiness drone technologies, you know, for the future of agribusiness in general. But with that, our time is up. I'd like to pass it back to Cole to start out with the conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rona, Farah, Shyan, Marielle, and Michael. This was really helpful. I hope this was helpful for our attendees to see that there are so many students who are interested and really passionate about agribusiness, who share your interests.